Hi, I'm here. By the time we're recording this, I am getting over a cold, so my brain is like half here. So I apologize. And that's why I kind of sound stuffy. You gotta love springtime.
You sound great to me.
Good, because for me, I sound very stuffy. Maybe because it's just this area right here.
Well, I mean, you sound normal to me, which is good.
Good, awesome. We are back here on our awesome Wednesday show and everything. Fun fact: it is my spring break, guys. So yay! Spring break. I don't know why. Okay. I swear, ever since the pandemic has happened, the whole school year, at least in Washington state's been off wrong because like our last day, at least a last day of school for me, and I even told you this and it fucking sucks, is June 17th. Hello, BVB Army. My last day of work is on International Black Brides Day.
It would just have to land on
I
that.
know. I'm just like, come on.
I mean, it is one way to end the school year, though.
One way to end it, and it's half a day, so it's not a full day. So, you know.
Exactly. You can still go and celebrate after. You can celebrate even at school. Come on, make those kids dress up.
I am wearing my BVB merch. I always do if I have to go to work on June 17th. Are you kidding me? Yeah, always. Even though most of my older students think I'm just wearing like a Misfits or Kiss t-shirt. I wear the Andy 6 one, and they like, oh, that's Kiss. Oh, that's Motley Crue. And I'm like,
it's definitely Kiss.
Cole and I are actually going to be talking about past injuries or stage pain, as Andy called it in his Andy show, of the guys when they were touring. Because for those of us who have been living under a rock, it was just announced like within the third show of the Trinity of Terror tour. Poor Lonnie Eagleton, turned out he broke his leg during the San Jose, California showing,
which is crazy. What did he break it on like
okay so as far as I have learned, at the third showing at the San Jose, California, it was during the first song, Faithless, the opening song. So Lonnie had like these big like kind of cowboy boots on and stuff, and he was on like a step riser, and then towards the end of the song, I guess because Jake was near him too, they kind of both were stepping backwards, and I think the fog or whatever thing kind of blew up in the air. I don't know. They collided. They collision each other when they were both stepping back. I don't know exactly which I've seen that video. He just took a big tumble towards where Cece was, and he was limping. And that's when the song ended. Andy checked on him quickly to see if he was okay, and it looked like he was. And Lonnie did make a video on his personal channel, which I'm sure a lot of the BVB Army has seen. He mentioned that he thought he twisted it. He thought, okay, I'm okay, I've done this before. He thought within a couple of minutes or seconds it'll be better. Nope, in pain. But Lonnie, oh my God, you sir, I don't know how you did it, but he stuck it out and performed the rest of the night balancing on one leg. They offer him a chair. In the video footage, one of the backstage crews pulled a chair out for him. He didn't go on the chair. He actually was like kind of balancing himself on that one good leg to finish out the performance. So, and then it turns out that, yeah, he broke his bone. Pretty good.
It was his fibula.
I think it was his fibula. Yes, his fibula or tibula. One of those two bones he broke. So,
well, whichever one it was, since I can't remember the name, I did Google it, and it was the shin bone. It said like it showed the line of the shin, and I'm like, yeah, ouch, that looks painful.
He is no longer, as of right now, on tour with the guys. He is back home resting. He did have surgery. It looked like everything went well. He's at home wearing a cast. So Lonnie, I hope you're doing better, and I hope you get rested well soon, and you're able to come join the tour with the guys back, because I can definitely say it's not the same without you. The BVB Army misses you a lot.
We're gonna have to wrap you in bubble wrap for the next tour.
Nicole, you called it. I swear, you called it.
Well, let me also just say too, it's not that I forgot that Lonnie had broken his leg. I didn't forget, but it's one of those things when you're scrolling through social media, and I saw a photo that Black Brides had posted on their Instagram, and I'm like, who the fuck is that? Not even thinking that, oh yeah, they had to get
they have
I was so confused at first. Lonnie's resting. We need him to take care of himself.
We do.
You come first, Lonnie.
We do.
Gotta put yourself first.
I hope you are resting well, and just know that BVB Army misses you terribly because we want to see you rock and roll and everything. And I know you will be back on the road, but we do miss you a lot. Nicole and I did our research on every single member to see if there was any past injuries. And truth be told, obviously, we know the iconic injuries that Andy has taken from his nose to his ribs, but finding the others have been interesting. A lot of digging in the internet to find the others for sure.
There is definitely some we found, you guys, that we didn't even know of.
No, Nicole surprised me with a couple ones here, and I'm like, oh my God, what? So
you surprised me with some.
So there you go. So to kind of spice things up a little bit, we're actually going to rank them or tier them of the injuries. So we're going to now show you our ranking grid that we just made, and we have images of each photo that relates to the injuries that these guys have taken. Hello, guys. Welcome to our tier maker. Okay, so this is how Nicole and I worked it out. So we have, obviously, red is holy shit. That is like, ow.
Above a 10. It's probably like 100 out of 10.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Then after holy shit, we have give me a minute. Like, okay, just like, give me a minute. Give me a minute, guys. Just give me a minute, guys. We have now.
I feel like we've all been there.
Oh, 100%. Then we have 1 sec. Just give me 1 sec. We have ow / ouch. Like, no big deal. I got it. And then we have the classic bottom. Just walk it off. You'll be fine. As you see here, guys, we have that. And then down below, we have all of the images to relate to the injuries that we have done our research on. Before we get into that, I actually have a question for you, Nicole.
Oh.
Have you had any injuries? Like, have you ever broken a bone or anything?
Girl, no. And I don't plan to.
Good.
No, I mean, okay. So I haven't broken anything, but when my husband power bombed me through a table, I popped a rib out of place. I think I popped 2 or 3 ribs out of place, and it was on the back side too, is the back part of the ribs. And truth be told, I didn't even know that I did it until I went to the doctor, because I was having troubles breathing. That sucked. Other than that, my right shoulder got popped out of place and we had to pop it back in, but I was too young to even remember that. Beyond that, I think literally the only other thing I did was a donut on a 4-wheeler, flew off to the 4-wheeler and sprained my wrist. So this is great because I don't drink milk, so I feel like I'm pretty fragile, but at the same time I'm indestructible. Like, come on.
Because I know you were training to be a wrestler, so I'm just imagining like all the training. Like, I'm sure she's had a slip up or something. So, but no, that's good though.
I mean, I'm definitely hurt myself, but nothing like, no broken bones.
That's good.
Yes. Good. What about you? Have you broken anything?
I have never broken a bone ever. I definitely have, twisted ankles, sprained my fingers. The 2 top injuries I can think of that were really like brutal. The first one is I tore my toenail by slamming it by a door. Yeah, so my toenail was like completely butchered and everything. So that was fun to deal with.
Could you lift it up and see underneath?
You want to know?
Well, I mean, I've seen it and it looks like mushy brains, but I wanted to know if that's what you did.
Okay, so here's my thumbnail. Just imagine your thumbnail, like half of it torn off.
See, girl, I'd be playing with it.
It was painful. Are you kidding me? Like, I was in like total shock when it happened, and then the pain kicked in. I'm like, top it off. So my cousin's ex-husband was in the house picking up things, and so when it happened, he doesn't have people skill. He doesn't. Bedside manners. Yeah, that's what it's called. Yes. And he kept telling me like, oh, if you don't do this, it'll get infected and everything. I'm just looking at him and my cousin's looking at him. We wanted to tell him, shut the fuck up and help her. That was what. And then my other injury, for those of us who don't know, I haven't really been really open with this on social media. And I'm not scared of it or anything. I have epilepsy. I have epilepsy, guys. It's well under control now. I take my giant horse pills of Keppra. I've had seizures in the past and I've gotten bruises. I've gotten a big bruise on my chin before, and my first seizure, oh my God, that was the only time I'll be grateful for wearing braces, is because I was in the shower when it first happened and fell and the bathtub rim, or the side of the bathtub, is where my face landed, and my teeth were out like that. Slammed my head on that, and so when I woke up, my bottom braces were off, and I asked my dad what happened. It's like, oh yeah, you slammed your head and your braces protected your teeth. The braces were off, so it protected my teeth when I slammed my head on that.
Thank God for braces.
That was the only time I was grateful for braces, because if I didn't have braces at that time, God, I would have, I don't know, really broken a tooth or something. So
That's scary though.
oh yeah, it's like I said, it's well under control, guys. I take my giant horse pills and Keppra, and it's well in control. I do as much as I can to reduce stress and sleep and everything.
I'm glad you're taking care of yourself. That's what's important.
Yes. As I mentioned, Nicole and I have both done our research, but all of the past injuries that we at least could find on the internet and everything. If we totally missed an injury, please let us know in the comments below, because I am still learning about this. So let us know if we missed anything or if we incorrectly got our facts wrongs here. We did our research. We tried our best. If we did get anything wrong, please let us know and correct us. We do apologize if we got the information incorrect. So I feel like we have to start with the iconic Andy's injuries here. Because every BVB member knows these injuries that Andy has done in the past. I mean, there's two big injuries Andy has done, we all know about, is his broken nose and his signature. Was it 2 or 3, Red?
I think it was 3.
Yes, you are correct. So let's start with the broken nose.
Youch.
So for those of us who don't know about the broken nose, it's this photo down here with his bruised up eyes and everything. This was when he was performing the Legacy on stage. He went down on his knees to pray, what he would usually do, and then he like rolled under and then found himself under the 4-foot drum riser, and that's when he got up and boom, smashed his head right on the dead center of his skull. And I know Andy has mentioned this in the Andy show, where he kind of went onto the side wing, asked someone, is like, am I okay? Because he felt something was not okay. And the first person told him no. And then he went to another person's like, dude, yeah, something is broken. The next day, it's when it's all that bruising happened and everything. I think they had to cancel a show the next day, right? Or something like that.
They did. And funny enough, hello, that was my tour date. Can you believe that?
Oh my God.
I love it though. Like, I felt so terrible for him when he posted that image. I was like, oh, holy crap. Yeah. I was like, he really like fucked himself up pretty good.
I think he mentioned it in the Andy show. Like, he felt like his nose, bridge of his nose and skull was cracked and mushy. I want to say that's what he said.
Ew, mushy.
I think I could be wrong, but he was mentioning it, like how it just did not feel right.
Girl, yikers. When the moment you just mushy, that is gross. Oh my God. So I can't imagine breaking mine.
Oh no, I don't know. For what I've heard, at least from watching, I watch TLC from time to time. It's my guilty pleasure network. Anyway, moving on. With plastic surgery, when it comes to noses, the nose surgery hurts more than like boobs.
This is great to know though. So in case if I ever want to get my boobs done, I guess I know I'm not going to be in pain. That's a holy shit. Because all I can I know some people have like really crazy bridges on their nose, and I do. Like, I can't imagine cracking that. I feel like I would be in the worst pain of my life.
Andy has admitted this himself when he's been, obviously, these injuries that he's had. Like, you know, he was young at the time and everything, and he admitted that he used to drink a lot. Because I think when he did break that nose, he continued performing the show, and he said in the end it was pure adrenaline and drinks and alcohol in the system too that made him finish the performances. So
I'm sure he felt the pain like right after the show was done. I'm sure that's when his adrenaline went down. I'm sure that pain rose.
That photo is so iconic, I swear. It's just like everyone knows.
Oh, it is. That went so viral so fast.
I know. I remember seeing that photo on like online when it happened. I'm like, oh. I think I even said, like, I feel sorry for the fans who had the show next day. You, Nicole.
Me. It's okay though. I'm glad he took the time to rest, because I feel like that man never does.
No, I'm sure
he's on top of it. He's got to stay busy.
Nicole, do you want to go into his signature Ribs.
For anyone who doesn't know, you can also go on YouTube. You can probably find multiple different videos of him shattering his ribs. This was in Hollywood, California. This concert was held at a mall, and Andy like was climbing this, I think it was like a 15-foot balcony.
Yeah, something like that.
He did say that in the moment he thought he could fly and be Batman. And he was wearing I don't remember what shoes he was wearing. It was like cowboy boots, wasn't it?
Something like that. Yeah. I feel like there was no tension, like no grip.
No, exactly. Perfect. And he ended up sitting down and he pushed himself off, and it was like in midair. He knew he fucked up. And yeah, he collided. He ended up hitting the other wall. What
I think
would
it was
you call that? A
stage.
pillar?
Or pillar, yeah.
He ended up shattering 3 of his ribs. Oh my gosh. It was pretty serious, you guys. I mean, it was bad. I think though, from my understanding, he only took like a week off.
I'm trying to remember what I read too, and what he said in the Andy show when he was talking about it. Like, obviously, you got all the facts right. When it happened, it happened. Again, he still finished the performance.
Oh yeah.
God bless his soul, I swear. Like, how do you finish the performance that you shattered 3? Ow.
What makes it even funnier is he literally does get back up, goes on stage, finishes, and then he starts laughing and goes, I think I just broke my fucking ribs. And oh well, next song.
Yeah,
just continues.
So he definitely rested, like he had to recover.
Oh
and
yeah.
I think because they went into Warped Tour right after, right?
That's right. I think they missed like the first week or 2 of Warped Tour. I think it was just the first week though. I think literally that entire week he had to just not move.
He still had to wear these bandages, like a cast in a way for his ribs. They made a good t-shirt design because they did a t-shirt of that 3 broken ribs.
And it's such a good shirt too.
It's a wonderful shirt, but Andy, ow. I mean, sorry. I think that's a holy breaking his 3 ribs. I mean, ow. I'm gonna.
Yeah, I mean, see, that I think that's where it's hard for me. I know I haven't shattered 3 ribs, but I feel like popping 2 to 3 of my ribs out of place, I didn't feel it, you know? So to me, I don't know how painful the ribs would be, but we can totally leave it in holy shit.
That's a good one.
I feel like the height and the impact, that's holy shit.
Oh yeah, that's a whole, I mean, come on. And like, I mean, guys, if you look it up online, there's one video that there's different angles of where he did it, and it's just like boom, and he fell onto the ramp, and like he was in pain. God bless his soul. I don't know how he got up and finished.
Another very fun injury that Andy has suffered. So as everyone knows, Andy likes to do like those mock prayers, and I think he ended up doing like a mock punch, and he ended up mock punching himself in the head with the mic, and this time it connected with his head. And I think it connected like right in the temple, and he ended up knocking himself out for the entire beginning of a song. I think he said at max he had to have been out for at least a full minute, but total blackout. I can't imagine the headache he had when he woke up.
So if he's saying it lasted 50 to 60 seconds, that's literally give me a minute.
We'll put it there because it's perfect. That's
perfect. So the image I've chosen for that is just a screenshot for him holding a microphone. Give me a minute.
Sorry, you guys, we don't have a photo of that moment.
So at least as of right now, for the last injury, Andy, when he was at Warped Tour in Boise, Idaho, again with the microphone. With the microphone, I don't know what he was doing or anything. Either he was spinning it or could have done the mocking prayer too. Again, I don't know. But this time, yeah, the microphone hit him. It turns out his mouth was open. The microphone, boink, and he broke a tooth from it.
The things with teeth make me cringe. Like, I don't like mouth stuff. He had to get his tooth sanded down too, I heard.
That's what I heard too.
I want to know what tooth it was though, because now I want to see it. I want to like have him smile so I can like, which one is it?
I don't, you know, when I was reading that, I think it was like Loudwire or something, one of those websites. It didn't say what tooth. I'm assuming it was one of his front teeth because I'm like imagining the microphone and like has to be one of the front teeth.
Teeth in general, like that hurts.
Oh, teeth are sensitive. Are you kidding me? They are so sensitive.
Oh, I know. That's why I can't do anything. That's why I can't do the dentist at all.
I want to say breaking a tooth with the mic. Give me 1 second because I feel like it's in shock, but like the tooth is out already.
I would definitely say 1 second. I literally think like after you whack, you're like taking that second to be like, oh, well, shit.
Well, I haven't lost a tooth. Show must go on.
Exactly.
Andy, please take care of yourself. And so far you have on tour, so thank you.
Yes. You all need to start taking care of yourself better.
Jinxie, Jinxie, Jinx. Nicole found something that I didn't even know about.
I had no clue about this either. I never remember reading up on it or even just seeing or hearing about it on social media. But apparently Jinx had stated that they were like doing a European tour. I think they were only like a week or so, and he misjudgingly took a step too far and he ended up completely face planting onto the security guard below him, and then he completely just landed on the ground, falling from 14 feet, and he shattered 2 of his ribs. They picked him back up and put him right back on stage, and he continued to play, which is incredible. I mean, these guys are made of steel.
Oh, pure adrenaline. It's amazing what adrenaline can do to your body and mindset at that time.
I know, right? And then the aftermath, that's always the worst.
So 2 ribs. And
yeah,
he
I was gonna say,
passed down the curse.
I know, right? Thankfully, it stopped at Jinx and it hasn't continued.
True. God, we're gonna.
I mean,
right
let's
now.
not wait. I have to say this pun. Let's not jinx it. Ha! I'm funny.
Okay, if Jinx broke his ribs and we have Andy's ribs on there, is that a holy shit moment, or is that
I will say it should be a holy shit moment because if you think about it, the distance that they fell is just a foot off.
Ow, okay.
I mean, I think Andy might have had a bigger impact, but I feel like it is the ribs. It is definitely a sensitive area to break.
I just have him right here rocking out and roll with his arms out. So
yeah, sorry you guys. We have no images of that happening.
I want to say it was 2 years ago in 2020. I could be wrong. Jinx recently, in a way, yeah, I think it was in 2020. He opened up at that he has epilepsy. And that he shared a little bit about his story of his experience with epilepsy and touring out. And he did have a seizure on stage with it. And he had a seizure during stage. And I can only imagine that moment. I could be wrong with this one. I swear to God it was a thing. Please, internet, help me with this. But when the guys at the online showing concert at the Whiskey Go-Go, I swear there was behind the scenes. I don't remember where there was behind the scenes. It was on YouTube or their Patreon. I could not find it. Maybe I'm making this up in my head, so please correct me. But I know when they were setting up at the Whiskey Go-Go for the online concert for us, they got to Jinx and he's like, oh yeah, this is the staircase where I fell because I had a seizure, I think due to the strobe lights. So like he had to be moved to the other side. That way he wasn't at those Renan-Dempsey staircase, that little staircase to the stage.
I mean, if that is correct, that's absolutely terrifying.
Playing on stage, I can only imagine because there's a lot of things around a stage that you can actually hurt yourself with.
I can't really speak. I only had it happen one time to me.
I mean, yes, mine is well under control, but if I was going to get off my meds, to have another seizure is terrifying. I have a purple image because the epilepsy color is purple hearts. So there's a lot of holy shit moments. Holy cow.
I know. I know. But you know, just injuries in general suck. So
yeah, they do.
It makes sense why it'd be a holy shit moment.
Let's do Lonnie. I mean, he's recently new. Lonnie Eagleton breaking his leg. Hello.
I know. Well, and you know, I know we keep saying leg, but it's specifically like the shin area. And I can't stress that enough because all I can think of is mother effing ow. Like I'm not even like on for this, just like painful.
I have never broken a bone. So like just experiencing that alone on tour, holy cow. Like I know Lonnie just came out with a video. He explained it all and everything. And like he said, he tried his best to kind of push through it. And I think he only did 2 performances when it did happen, when he did break it. He did the Spokane one and one in Canada. I can't remember what show and he did. And that was it. Like he had to get surgery and be on a cast for it because it was really bad. Lonnie, if you're watching this, like, thank you so much just for still rocking out and pushing through the pain. Like, I can only imagine how much pain you were, but I do really appreciate you doing that. I really hope you are feeling better now after the surgery and everything. Lonnie's leg. Holy shit.
I know, that's what I was thinking. Because holy shit.
I know.
It's the shin. Like, I can't imagine breaking that.
Yeah, I know it's not the best photo right now. It's super tiny, but there he is with the cast on, because I think he got some like plates in it or something. I mean, I have no experience of breaking bones. I really hope I never do. But for any of us who have broken a bone, wow, ow.
I don't plan on it. So
Cece's up next on the board. At least for me, when I looked up for Cece, only one thing popped up over and over again that, when reading it, makes sense. Just how hard he goes on the drum. It said like in 2015, BVB had to cancel a show in Ventura because Cece had torn a ligament in his hand.
Like, I don't know if you've dealt with any pain in your hands, like, and by that I mean, I don't know if you've ever had it where maybe you just did something too fast. It's almost like a kink. It's like, nope. You've never had that?
No.
I feel like the closest thing that I could relate to Cece is straining a muscle in my hand. Was it like any specific? I know
it just said torn ligament in his hand.
That would suck though, because he wouldn't really be able to like close your hand.
Like here's his drumstick. He's like duct tape it on and like
I know, they should have just duct taped it in his hand so he'd be smacking.
He heard it, but he continued playing on and then went to the next show, just damaging it more to a point it was like, I can't do it anymore. So they had to cancel the show because of it. Where should we put him then? Like, don't get me wrong, torn a ligament, I'm sure hurts, it's painful. But if they were only like take a day off or so, I think it's almost like give me a minute moment.
That's what I was thinking.
Okay.
All I can think of is like the bending and how that would hurt so bad.
Okay, we have Jake. Jake.
That man, let me just tell you guys, I have went through so many interviews and he literally stated, I have no stage injuries. It's like, well, good for you.
I literally had to go into Instagram and ask the BVB Army, hey, do you know any past injuries the guys have taken besides Andy's? At least from what the Army has told me with Jake. Apparently this happened in the in-between tour. He slammed his hand on a drawer last tour, and then someone else told me that he hurt his fingers trying to get into the storage in the bus in the last tour. So just owls and boo-boos on his hands.
It seems like Jake is pretty safe when it comes to being on stage, which is a good thing though. I mean, I'm glad he hasn't had any serious injuries. I'm glad he plays it safe. And I can't lie, I feel like just kind of slamming your fingers or hand, that's just an ouch.
It's like, walk it off, you're fine.
I know, I feel so bad because then he'd be the only one in walk it off, and we're like, walk it off, Jake, you're a tough man.
All of these that we found, I'm sorry, just like, ow, boo-boo.
It is kind of one of those walk it off moments. If I can, me being like 10 years old and slamming my little finger in a door and then just with no one around, by the way, no one was there to save me. I had to yank my own finger out, not knowing if I was going to rip it off. I walked it off and I was fine. I'm pretty sure if he still performed, he definitely walked that shit off.
I'm just saying, he probably did. I mean, Jake, you are very cautious. It's funny how, because with Lonnie and Jake, when Lonnie broke his leg, like they both walked backwards and somehow they collided or collisioned each other, and it was Lonnie that backfired on him. Jake was fine.
Jake must have like this orb of good luck surrounding him, because for everyone to get these crazy injuries and Jake's like, yo, he must just have an invisible like bubble we don't know about.
Maybe he has the invisibility bubble wrap.
That explains it. That explains why the collision and it was Lonnie. Maybe that's why Lonnie actually got hurt. Maybe that invisible bubble wrap bounced him too far. Poor Lonnie.
No, but Yeah, okay. I'm looking at this now. That we have nothing on Ouch now. I mean, to be fair, all these injuries have been pretty much on the top.
I know, because they've been so crazy. These boys.
This is our tier. This is our ranking of past injuries, guys. If you disagree, please let us know in the comments and see how you would put these. If you agree, cool.
If you had to pick one to suffer from,
Oh God. Oh, why
I
would you
know.
ask this?
I don't know. Feel
Wait.
Hey, feel their pain, Ruth. Feel their pain. Just the holy shit ones.
Lonnie's leg. I mean, I don't want to feel the broken nose and ribs. I'd rather take the leg over the broken nose and ribs, honestly.
I mean,
I feel weird saying that. Ah!
I know it is really weird. That was a weird question, but I felt like it needed to be said. Okay.
Okay, fair. Touche. What about you? Back at you. What about you?
I would take Jinx's 2 broken ribs. In a way, I feel like I know what that's like, except I didn't break it.
One, so yeah.
Unless you think I'm not allowed to pick that one.
I feel like breaking compared to popping one are 2 completely different levels. So like, I think
that's fair.
I'll let you take that one.
But I felt like if I could pop 2 of my ribs out of place and not realize it, maybe I can break 2 ribs and not realize it either. I can't believe that you'd rather break your shin bone though, girl.
You know, just like, okay, at least from what Andy was saying about his nose, I'm like, no, thank you. And then the ribs, I'm like, I'm a goofy person. I need to laugh. I don't want to be hurting and laughing. So I'd rather get the leg. I feel weird saying that.
But, yeah, it was a weird question on my part.
Okay, BVB. We're ready. Bubble wrap. Let's go.
Yes. Black Veil brides, please be careful. Please stop injuring yourself.
Many sizes. We can make it black too.
Yes, make it exactly. Black Veil brides, make it fashionable. You guys are trendsetters. I know you can make this work. You can make it fashionable.
Honestly, BVB, new merch idea. Black Veil brides.
Yes.
Have all your logos in it. I mean, honestly, I would be down to buy some.
I know, same here. I will happily sell stuff and wrap it in that bubble wrap.
Same here. Because like I've seen other brands that actually have their own custom bubble wrap when they package like their items and stuff. And so I'm just like, make it black. Just put BVB or I don't know. But like, hey.
Make sure to wrap yourselves before you go on stage.
Yep. Wrap your legs and stuff. We tried to get the invisibility one. Unfortunately, it's out of stock. We don't know when it's coming back. So
bummer.
Please be careful on stage. We love you as fans now, and the last thing we want is you guys to get injured and stuff. And again, Lonnie, I hope you're feeling better and recovery is better and speedy for you. Because like I said before, we miss you. We really do.
We would love a full year of tour with no injuries. Injury free, you guys.
Injury free. All right, BVB Army, it is today's fan shout out. So today's fan shout out goes to a very special fan. Her name is Anna Beck. Yes, Anna Beck. And just from speaking from this fan, she also has epilepsy, and honestly just talking to her, and she gave me a bit more information about Jinx's past with epilepsy, with his injuries and seizures on stage and on tour. Fan shout out to you. You are amazing, and I'm so happy that Jinx is there for you and everything, teaching you about epilepsy, and that you guys become close and everything. I know you do a lot for the Army, and you do wonderful things for Jinx for his birthday, and you deserve this fan shout out because you have definitely, at least for me, educated me a lot about Jinx's past and more about epilepsy too and everything. Fan shout out goes to you, Anna. For those people who have epilepsy out there in the BVB Army, I cannot stress this enough. You are not alone. Please don't feel different that you have epilepsy. Please do not. I will admit that when I found out, I was in 5th grade when I got diagnosed with epilepsy. It took me a long time for me to accept the fact that I had epilepsy. In the link, there's a description of a website you can go to where Jinx shared a story to find out more about epilepsy and what you can do and everything. We hope you guys enjoy this episode of us kind of dissecting and processing and ranking all the injuries of the BVB members, at least that we could find online. And again, please, if we are completely missed one, let us know in the comments below, because I'm sure we will be thrilled just to read those, or send us photos if you have any of those photos of those incidents through our Twitter account, because we digged. We couldn't find any. So
I know. We clicked every link, you guys. Every link you could find.
Every link that popped up. Obviously, Andy's injuries popped up because those are the most iconic ones. So
yes.
We will see you guys next Wednesday on a brand new episode, whatever that is, and everything. It's a whole new month of April. Wow, we're in April already. That is crazy to think about.
It is April Fool's today. I forgot.
Well, at least we're filming. Yes, it is April Fool's Day when we're filming.
It is April Fool's Day. I just can't believe it's April.
It's April. It's April. Summer is so close. I can taste it.
Sweet summer.